Hi guys, I had a request to show you my Moving Beyond the Page, a literature unit study, so I want to show you that today in this video. Alright, so here is the tornado unit study. These are by Moving Beyond the Page. Sorry about the shadow here. They are divided by ages and concepts. And so you can go to their website at movingbeyondthepage.com to get further information about how these unit studies actually work. They're not full unit studies, they're more literature studies. But they are, if you get the whole system, you can also get science to go along with this. This is just the literature portion of it. And let's see, so we've gotten the tornado, the little house in the big woods, and Sarah Plain and Tall. Okay, so that's what we have, and I'll show you the Sarah Plain and Tall. So when you open it, you have the table of contents, and just really explains the how the lessons are laid out. Okay, and so it gives you the unit, the required books, the materials list. Again, I apologize for the lighting in here. So then you have the vocabulary. These are vocab out of each chapter of that book that you're reading. So you pick up the book Sarah Plain and Tall to go along with the unit, and then they extract the vocab out from each chapter in the book that you can use with your student. Okay, then you have a review sheet, what you're going to be covering in each lesson. Okay, I had to move to another room so that it's not so bad with the lighting. So this is much better. So, as I was showing you, this is lesson 1. Each lesson starts with the big idea, the facts and definitions, skills, a list of materials that you'll need for that lesson, the introduction, and the activities. It's very straightforward. I love, I'll show you what I like in a second. It has the activities 1, 2, and 3, so you get to choose that. So that's what I like, is that you choose the activities you want to do with that chapter. You're basically going through each chapter of the literature, the book that you have selected. So in this case, Sarah Plain and Tall. As you go through each chapter, they guide you through it, and you have exercises and additional activities that your child can do with that lesson. So since we're studying Sarah, and the setting is in the heartland of the US, so these are the states. They talk about the states that are part of that geographically, and it gives the child an idea of where the book's setting is. Then you have activities like, you know, listing, you have comparison and contrast, things like that. A little bit of writing and exploring in more detail about what you've read. And, you know, I do like their ideas. I think I would probably add to it. And I'm a real literature buff. I really like getting into stories and things like that. So I like to kind of add to what we're doing when it comes to stories. I would probably add a video. I would probably go search on Pinterest for maybe a craft. I do like doing crafts with my daughter, so you could always add to it or take away. But I like that it goes through the different elements of lit. So you have story elements here where you're going to be talking about characters, setting, theme, and plot. And again, more worksheets that you can add on. Okay, story pyramid, writing a story, character setting. Okay, lesson 3, that would go along with what? Chapter 3. So it really correlates with the book that you're reading. Going to go over a lot of literary terms, and it's going to be conducive to the age level that you've chosen. So if you want more details on Moving Beyond the Page, go to their website. It's chock full of information about how you should order if you're planning to order this, how to go about doing that. They have ages, I believe, 6 to 8, but then they also have the 7 to 9. They have, I think they have a 4 or 5, I'm not sure. I know they have 6 to 8 and 7 to 9, and then they have, like, I'm not sure if it's 9 to 12 or 8 to 10. Like, it's just kind of overlaps. So I'm not really for certain how they came up with their strategy for deciding on the ages the age ranges, but they're definitely not by grade level. And I believe that this company created this curriculum with the gifted child in mind. So they're thinking of age overlaps and how children just progress at different stages. So also the really cool thing about these lit units is that they do, if you're into the idea of making sure that you're following state standards, they do follow the state standards, and you can be sure that that's checked off if that's something that you're into. They do follow the standards. So a lot of that is covered here. However, I mean, it's very, like project oriented. It's very crafty oriented if you want to add that on. I know in another one of the books that we were doing, which is the Little House in the Big Woods, we did some cooking, and we made pretend snow, and it was based on one of the chapters where the characters created like syrup and snow and had a nice treat. So any of the materials you need, you probably will have it at home. For example, cotton balls on this one, sewing trim, journal, a permanent marker, scissors, water bottle with label removed, white paper, craft glue, glitter, green pom-poms, things like that. So you can always check 1 week ahead and see if you need to get anything from the dollar store or a craft store, but you won't need to get super crafty. It's not, you don't have to. And again, they do have several options of activities that you can choose from. This activity 1, writing to persuade. Activity 2, tell your child that her assignment is to write a persuasive letter. And activity 3, once your child has completed the graphic organizer, she's ready to begin writing. So each day there's a set of activities, okay? But there are some units where you can choose which activities you want to do, okay? So that's how these pretty much work. Let's see. So if you have any questions about these, let me know. So the others I actually have on hand are Moving Beyond the Page, Little House in the Big Woods, and this is for ages 8 to 10. They are also divided by concepts and units. Take a look at their website again for more information about how those concepts are divided, how they came up with the idea of concepts. So really they're just basically they're themes. So if you want to do the theme on weather, they have the weather concept, and you would purchase those units. Okay, so this one I believe is under the weather concept. Okay, but because I didn't buy the science unit study, it really doesn't matter that much, but it goes really well along with the weather curricula. So if I wanted to purchase them together, I could have. But they do well as standalone, so you can just get literature if you want, and I believe each of these are $30 a piece, so they're pretty pricey. Take your time through it, and I think a lot of people are scared away by the price of everything. If you're getting both the science and language arts together, it looks like a pretty hefty amount out of pocket when you're getting everything for the entire school year. So I don't go about it that way, and I just pick up what we want to study. So if we want to study, Little House in the Big Woods, and that's something I want to weave into our homeschool that year, I pick that up only for $30. And so you can do that. So that's good. It's good for a little guidance if you need that. I think in the future, I may end up just doing my own thing, but I wanted to get my hands on the Moving Beyond the Page just because. I've heard so many good things about it, and I did plan on integrating some literature unit studies with our theme studies, I should call it, with our studies on American history next year. So I pick them up, but again, if you are a do-it-yourself kind of person, you could easily pull together something like this on your own if you have the time and the know-how and want to do that. This is already put together for you, but you could do it yourself. So anyway, just wanted to show that to you and give you a up close and personal look of moving beyond the page. Thanks for watching. Bye.